been a lot of pouring into you
That's
today.
your camera. That one right there, the stick.
Got it.
Ready? Okay.
Gotcha. No. Wait. Okay.
It's weird that you're my last person. Because you're the first episode to air. But you're like my last person. I have a lot to drink.
Well, you say the best for last and first.
I am did, yes.
I am did. Good night. Let's go.
Season premiere with Natasha Bazile. That's you.
Wow.
Thanks, dude.
Real quick, before we dive into the video, if you like the content that I'm sharing, do me a quick favor and make sure that you've clicked subscribe on my channel and turn your notification bell on. I want to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the great content that I've got for you.
It's your girl Candy. I am with Virtual Properties Realty. I'm a realtor, as you guys know, and team lead for the Sweet Home Solutions team here in the greater Atlanta area. And today, first of all, happy Turkey Day. Happy gobble gobble to all of you. And today I have a very, very, very special guest with us. Her name is who are you? Her name is Miss Natasha Bazile. She is one of the top agents at my company. She has fed into me and poured into me and loved me in ways that I cannot explain. I'm so grateful for her. So super excited to bring her to you guys today. Welcome to another episode of Cocktails and Closings. Ice makes a difference. Okay? If you know, cocktails.
At least she left room this time.
No more spitting here.
It's not. Okay, right now, if they are looking for you online, where do they find you?
I have a question.
Wait, what is your question?
What am I gonna take for drink?
We're getting there.
Oh, okay.
Where do they find you?
You
if they're
guys
looking for you
can
online?
find me at Sold by Nat. Sold by Nat on all the platforms, as well as NatKnows_real estate, and that's my profile for agents.
Despite what you see, no agents were harmed in the making of this show.
I don't know.
Probably not, but
We're here at this point.
at this point,
I was
it
gonna say,
is what it is.
Yolanda was
And we
telling
don't
me
let
to go.
anybody go home until they're ready to go home.
Well, welcome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. So this, like I said, this is my very, very good friend, Miss Natasha Bazile. Natasha, tell them a little bit about you. Where can they find you online? And yeah, why might they want to find you? Tell them.
Which camera am I talking to?
That one right there. That one.
Okay. All right. Hi, I am Natasha Bazile with SoldByNat.com, associate broker, home selling, and new construction specialist with Virtual Properties Realty in Georgia.
Ow.
Yes. So, what do I do?
Everything. All the things. She does all the things.
Listen,
You
girl,
do.
you're so
I'm so
sweet.
proud of you.
Yeah, you mentioned
I want
me
to be
pouring
like
into
you when I
you.
woke up, when I grow up.
She said when she woke up. Blaming on the alcohol. Okay. So, yes, no, I appreciate you because you pour into me just as well. And it was a blessing how we connected. And ever since we connected, you remember how we connected?
I do. Open house. Which is wild, right? I did an open house for you.
Oh, I thought you meant we met at an open house.
No.
Oh, yes. I must have put it out there that I wanted somebody to do an open house.
Yes,
Okay.
I volunteered. Yeah.
Yes, and you and your team came and did a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm a realtor in Georgia, born in New York, grew up in Cranberry Heights, Queens until I was 14. Get it.
Okay.
Then I moved to South Florida where I did most of my growing up and lived there until 06, 07 when I moved to Georgia.
Ooh, wow. Like
Yeah.
pre-foreclosure industry.
Yes, yes. So I don't know if we'll get into that, but you know, the market is milli rocking right now and people are wondering what the heck is going on or where are we going and such. But for me, you know, I started after a down market and it was coming up, so it's really, she's still milli rocking, she is. Yeah, so to me it's like, okay, we're getting back to some normalcy in a sense. So yeah, I've been doing it for a while. Yeah, my lane, I really love new construction. That has come to be
Your passion,
yes,
your
passion,
thing, right?
baby.
Your lane, yes.
Yes. So yeah, outside of that, I mean, I'm also an associate broker. I have that license. Will I open?
You know what? While you're on that topic, that's a good point. So you said you do new construction a lot, and people think, you know, new construction, there's always somebody on site.
Okay.
Why do I need you?
Yeah, because they sit on site. They represent the builder, the seller. They don't represent you as the buyer. You need to have your own representation.
Now, why does that matter?
Why does that matter? That's like going to court
And asking the other person,
and asking, right? Can you represent me?
Can you help me out too,
Right.
fam? Nah.
It don't work like that. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. So exactly, you need your own representation, and mind you, it does not save you anything to not use an agent.
Right. But
Yeah,
it also doesn't cost you anything
that too.
to use an agent.
Most of the time.
Well, most of the time.
Most
yes,
of the time.
yes.
But yes, 99% of the time, it will not cost you anything.
Although not using an agent could cost you a whole lot more.
Yeah.
That's a whole different episode.
Yeah.
That's a video for a whole different day.
I've
but-
had several people contact me after they've already signed a contract, after they're already in a situation and ask for representation. It's too late at that point. You can't do anything at that point. So yeah, that's me. I mean, outside of real estate, I'm a mom of 3, a wife.
And I love your kids. They're beautiful.
Thank you, boo. Yeah, so I have my youngest is 9, my oldest is 22.
Oh,
So yeah,
whole range of
the whole
4th grade to grown, Lord.
grown.
I can't see the way I'm set up. That's a whole different video. But don't worry about it.
Candice.
That's a lot. If I get one grown, I don't need no more in school. That's just me.
But you have dogs.
You right?
'Cause
And
dogs, I feel like,
they're defiant, and that's a whole nother fur baby. That's a different kind of baby.
and they don't grow up and leave your house.
And they don't listen. You can whoop their ass as much as you want to. They do what they want to do. So excited to have you here for my season premiere. Thank you so much for being with me. And today, we brought you what we call Nat's Nightcap. Now, don't get it twisted. You can drink this at 6 a.m. It doesn't matter. But at night, you know, things could happen. Okay, that's neither here nor there. You see how she's looking at me? She didn't know, but now you know. Okay, so never mind if we ran out of vodka before we made this drink. This should be made with vodka. So we're gonna pretend that it was made with vodka, but we're just put a splash of the vodka of your choice in it, you know. Just a little splash here and there, right?
But
Yeah, but nothing. No, listen. Okay. Boop. Pow! Limes, because you know you can't have a mule without proper lime juice, right? Speaking of lime juice, wait 1 second. Put a little extra in there, right? Pow! The lime juice is in my eye, Jesus. I can't see. Okay. So you got your vodka, you got your lime, a little ginger beer. For those of you who are not from Caribbean descent, ginger beer is everything, okay? You can find it at your liquor store, you can find it at your local Jamaican restaurant. Ginger beer is everything. And since it's holiday season, we're gonna hit it off with a little splash of cranberry. Splash. Look at God. Won't he do it? Look at that. Oh, and then we don't do anything without a little garnish. So, bow, bow. And you got your nightcap. Nat.
Yes. Boom.
On our show here at Closings and Cocktails,
Okay.
we'd like to talk to the people about some of those things that, Lord, you can't make this shit up. Some of the things that they never warned you about in real estate school.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those things that, wow, that's wild when somebody hears about it. So, I can go first, you can go first, but while we enjoy what I call Nat's night, first of all, can you taste? Look, I'd like you to taste the drink that was curated with you in mind.
All right, so let me tell you, when I think of Nat's Nightcap in real estate as realtors,
You see all the rhymes in it, the extra ones?
I'm concerned. Well, side note, I am concerned about this drink. But I'm gonna taste it and we'll see how it goes. But you know, in real estate, we had some days that are just not all roses and unicorns and
Thorns.
I'm thinking a Nat's Nightcap would be what you want.
At the end of one of those days.
Depending on how
Yes.
it tastes.
That day that you got disrespected by the other agent on the other side of the transaction.
Mm-hmm.
That day they acted like you weren't as awesome and wonderful and bomb as you are.
Mm-hmm.
That day when they tried you because they didn't know you were the best of all the best.
Nat's
Nightcap.
Nightcap.
Go on, just take it on down. Just let the day go. Just take it on down. Click. Ow. Okay. Now listen.
Okay.
Season premiere now.
Okay.
You're the first drink.
Okay.
I usually let the people know if I can bartend or not.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3, 2, okay, drink. She sipped twice, y'all. Y'all see that? She sipped twice. She had no words, but she sipped again.
Okay, I'm trying to get because the ice had melted. So I'm trying to
And
get it to.
right, and then you gotta
what
get
it
the
does.
alcohol from under the ice. Go ahead, do.
It doesn't taste like a meal that I've had before, but it's good.
That's because it's a Sweet Home Solutions twist
Yeah.
on a meal here.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little strong.
Well, you sold me on this drink. Like I was. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna get into. You want to hear my crazy? Ooh, I'm feeling a little warm on the inside.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's the best. From right here.
I'm feeling a little warm. Okay. So you want me to tell you a story? I have a story for you.
I need one.
All right. So I'm gonna do one. You're gonna do one. And then we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
do
one
And
together.
we'll do it together.
Okay.
I know where we're going on the together story. She ain't said it yet, but I know it's gonna have to do with mulch.
You already
Okay,
know.
go ahead.
Well, before we do, this is actually perfect timing because this topic. I don't know. Did I tell you I'm working on a book?
No.
Yes.
I'm so excited for that.
Thank you. Actually, we
Excited.
got the cover today, and it's called "The Crappy Side of Real Estate" because everybody just sees the
Wait,
glitz and the
before you
glitz.
say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
This is the real about real estate.
This is exactly what we're talking about. Everything
the-
that people don't prepare for, and they think that
For those of you who thought, oh, I'll just go get a real estate
they
license.
and make all this money, and I just show up to closings, and I show houses in 6-inch heels.
I'm gonna wear these red
Like,
bottoms, show these 3 houses.
Yeah.
Nah, fam, that's not how it goes.
Yeah, before you make a major career change, life decision,
Make sure.
I need you to understand the real side, the other side,
All of it.
the crappy side
The
that
whole
comes
side.
with
Yes.
real estate.
Yes.
Granted, real estate has been life changing. Love it. I met beautiful people. But you also need to come into it understanding
Yes, what you're getting into.
what and all
Yes.
the situations because nobody could have prepared me.
Because what you can't do is wait until you're under contract to decide, oh shit, this is too much for me.
I need to go back and get my old job. You don't want to.
Nah, you got somebody else's life in your balance at that point. So
so you gotta
that
stay
is a very,
committed.
very good point. I'm
Yeah.
excited for your book.
Thank
When
you.
should we expect it?
What were we? Thanksgiving before the year's out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's soon, friend.
Yeah, no, my goal is by the time this video goes up, it's gonna be a yes. Okay, yes, we're gonna do that.
So, special gift for all of you who are watching today. Nat is the greatest. She is the best. And when I tell you any knowledge or any amount of energy from her that you get is well worth your time. For my viewers, if you go to her website, which you can catch in the description below, to purchase a copy of her book, you will get 10% off of her new release. What's it called again?
The Crappy Side of Real Estate.
The Crappy Side of Real Estate. Ain't no more keeping it real than that. And if you are thinking about joining the business or becoming a realtor, this is definitely content you need to have. So check that out before you make your decision. It'll be in the description below.
And of course, being the boss that she is, Nat's book dropped right on time for this episode, so we decided to do you one better. Better than 10% off, head over to the link in the description now and you'll get a copy of your book for just $7.99 now through Cyber Monday only. Head to the link in the description below.
What you
Listen.
Tell me a little something.
I have
Nat
one.
has been in the business for so long that she probably has 1,000 stories that she can
yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, I do. I got licensed in 2011. I went full-time in 2013. But hands down will forever be the story where I tell it and people are like, oh, you did what? I bought Home Fleas.
What? Oh. What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Fleas. Fleas. I bought Home Fleas from property.
What?
My family will not let me live it down.
I bet not.
When COVID happened, my husband was like, you better not bring nothing else to this house. After you bring Home Fleas.
What else can you do?
Like,
how
yeah.
much worse can it get?
All right, so you want to know how it happened?
Please.
Okay, and I'll also talk about it.
Wait.
To not bring Home Fleas.
To not bring home fleas.
Don't bring Home Fleas. That's why you like that now. You taking some serious sips.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was actually a house in Loganville. So yeah, it was a house.
You
in
do a lot of business in
Loganville. Yeah, because I like working close to where I live. I know other agents, they like driving far, or they'll pick a certain area off a price point, but it's convenient to me as a mom to be able to work close to where I live. However,
and honestly, before you go forward, like honestly, Loganville, Grayson, like what I've seen in the last year,
it's really picked up.
it is popping. Like
Yeah.
that is the area. Like if you sold a home in a more affluent area and you're looking to get something comparable to what you sold without spending everything that you just sold for, Loganville and Grayson is where it's at.
Yeah,
Like that is
for your buck.
definitely the spot right now, especially for new construction. So yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. So it had to be maybe 2014 or so. And I listed this home for sale and it didn't go. No, it might have been before 2014. I don't know, but the market wasn't booming. So it didn't sell.
It was not like the COVID market, some of you know.
Yeah, where houses flew off the market. It was not that. So the house did not sell, and then the owners, the sellers, already bought their new house in Atlanta. So they decided, okay, we're gonna go ahead and rent it. Listen, we got a renter in there. The owners were really involved. They sat down with the people that applied, that they were considering, had a conversation, like everything was good. Like these people, like real stand-up people. It was a good match. Not even 3 months later.
I was gonna say
Until not even 3 months later, these great tenants, so they appeared, broke the lease. Broke the lease, moved out, and left the house. Should I say shambles? But yeah. That's where I got the lesson, like, I don't care what you tell me, how good you look, how such and such, like everybody puts on their best face when they are applying, filling out a report, or whatever. Like, so yeah, that was my lesson there. So they moved out. Mind you, the sellers are now in Atlanta, and okay, we need to get this house, either get it rented again, we need to figure out what we're doing. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm over here, I'll go over and get it started. Got it back on the market to rent. I visited first time. It didn't look awful, but you could tell. It didn't look great either. And they had pets. They had pets, but didn't think anything of it. Went over there one time, came back home. it had to be it was 2013 because I had a newborn. That's another thing that made it so bad. I bought Home Fleas and I had a newborn. So I came back home.
You imagine?
Came back home, I already doing anything. Maybe the next day or day after that, I'm now showing people this property, bringing people into this property. And we're leaving one night, and I think I looked down at my clothes, look down at my shoes, and this is a tip. When you go to a property, if you have on light colored clothes and you go to a property that's sketchy, look down at your pants, at your shoes, and I saw these things on my clothes, so I start hitting it off. Mind you, I'm showing another couple this house. They were livid. I mean, they contacted my broker. They were livid. They didn't blame me, but at the same time,
like, how could you not know? Because as an agent, people think everything is your fault. And you were supposed to know everything ahead of time.
To get blamed. But needless to say, when the tenants moved out, their dogs had fleas. I'm just like, how are y'all so nasty that y'all did not know that your dogs had fleas? But I have been told that the fleas were fine, or at least at bay, when they had a dog to live on, and then the dog left. And now the fleas are just in the house.
Just looking for a host.
Hungry. Anybody that comes in, they are jumping on them.
Like,
so
oh, you taste like lemon pepper? You must be.
Yeah. They ate good. They ate good. So by that time, I had been to the house maybe 2-3 times. And I realized that will not happen again. So what are you over there doing?
This is what I'm not gonna do.
Oh, which bringing home fleas. See, that's the ugly side. That's the crappy side of real estate.
You
like,
know, my mom and I. For those of you who don't know, my mom is the light of my life, my inspiration. She's also a broker, and she is who made me who I am. But mom and I had this listing, right? It's during the foreclosure era, Wells Fargo listing, because we're Wells Fargo agents at the time. And when I tell you, okay, so you go in the house, and a few feet into the house is the coat closet, right? As you open said coat closet, when I tell you that you didn't know the wall could move.
don't tell me it was roaches.
Oh my God.
No. No.
The roaches were, I mean, some shit that you would have, it has to be a horror movie because this can't be real, right? Like the whole wall looks like it's moving because the roaches are ridiculous, okay?
Georgia?
No. This was back home in California.
Oh, okay.
This is way before I moved to Georgia. So this is like 2008, 2009 era. And yeah, thank God for good maintenance men. Because we were like friends.
Oh, you were the listing agent.
Yeah, we were the listing agents. This is a Wells Fargo property at the time. Mom and I were Wells Fargo agents. So we would list any, foreclosure properties that Wells Fargo had in our area. And I don't do bugs, so it was traumatic. It was, and I'm not okay. I'm still not okay.
I've gone in property like that with buyers. Like, for me, we don't need to see anymore.
Right.
We could
This
go
is
ahead
the
and
end. We
leave.
good.
Like,
We're gonna go for it.
I'm good.
No.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Wow, speaking of your mom, isn't she going to be on the episode?
She is. She's gonna be our season finale. I'm so
See?
excited.
You see how I laid that up?
You did that.
And
you
you was
did.
like,
you did.
all right.
Little slam dunk. I got you. Let me tell you something about Nat. Her, this woman here, she has been the greatest blessing in my life in the last 2 years. You have, honestly. She pushes me to be greater than I already am.
And you push me too.
She pushes me to think outside of my comfort zone and move and
Listen, that is ditto. Do you remember when we met last week?
I do.
You are literally talking to me and I am pouting like, I don't want to do that. I have to do that. So listen, I appreciate, in real estate, that is extremely important. You have to have your support system. Like, you cannot do this.
You have to have somebody who sees you for where you are, but also sees you for who you could become and what you could become, right? And so this one, she keeps me accountable to everything.
Iron sharpens iron. I just think we push each other. We just
that's good teamwork, good collaboration.
teamwork. Teamwork.
Collaboration over competition any day of the week. Because honestly, it's enough out here for all of us to eat every single day. And I am so grateful for this woman right here. She has poured into me. She has loved me. She has pushed me. She has promoted me to be greater than I thought I could be.
Are you serious? Like, yeah. Well, thank you, friend. No, I really appreciate you. But even our first conversation, I'm like, you've been in the business doing how long? And you got a team? And your mama's a broker? And you used to work, like, so I was as enamored by you. Like, listen.
This is my DJ Khaled right here. We the best.
She
the best. Okay.
Like, I'm sitting there like, how can I have Candice, like, wake me up in the morning? Nat, you are great. You're going to be the top of the world. You're going to be the best. Just go out there. Like, thank you, friend.
I appreciate you.
No, that's not it. I told my story. Oh, no, you told your roast story. We got to tell our story.
Oh, our story together. Okay, I'm going to say one word. It's a 5-letter word. It's going to trigger her when I say it. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Mulch.
Gosh darn Mulch. Gosh darn Mulch. I'm going to tell y'all. See, speaking of capital
You would never
collaboration.
think Mulch was a problem. But,
like, bless all the clients. Like, I truly appreciate
bless them all, Lord.
all clients that work with me. You have to, because we wouldn't be in the business if it wasn't for them.
Absolutely. But and however.
I was going to say on the other hand, but and however. One thing I'll prepare you for in real estate are the personalities.
Oh my God.
You also play psychologist.
Oh my God.
And the
99.9% of the time, straight psychology.
Yeah, that is a huge part. So, for you agents out there,
no one's gonna believe this.
No, but I'm gonna take
so
it there.
Petty.
It's petty, but you know what the crazy thing is? To the individuals, to the buyer and the seller, it means the moon, the stars, the work, and that's in every transaction.
Yes.
So that's why we are supposed to be the level-headed, the calm ones. And granted, you need to appear like that towards them. But then that's when you call Candice, girl, you will not believe. But see, you can't. But you in front of them, you have to be leveled and even keeled and all of that.
But on the phone, we like, yo, if you listen,
Like, you know what I got going on? But okay, but it's part of the business.
Paper, we professional.
Yes, always. So I actually got this client. I lived in the neighborhood, so I either went door knocking, or I mailed a flyer when I sold a home. I think it was that. And she kept my flyer, and she always said, whenever I'm ready to sell, I'm gonna call you. So we're talking like back in 20.
The drink is good.
Okay, got it. So this, years later, she contacts me and she's like, I want to rent out my house. I'm not ready to sell, I want to rent. So I rented the house for her. Tenant was in there for like 6 years. I already knew the tenant's personality. I knew the owner's personality. They both have strong personalities. Both are really sweet people, but they both have strong personalities. So when it came time to sell the home, I was like, there's no way I could keep my mentals right dealing with both sides, because the seller wanted to sell and the tenant was interested in buying. So I was like, listen, Candice, tag, you're in, like, you work with the tenant. I'm gonna represent the seller. So that's a blessing. That's another reason why you need to collaborate. Not
messy situation.
Because mentally, I just knew I didn't have it. I didn't have it, nor did I want to have it for this situation. I could not have maintained both of them without losing it. So I was like, Candice, I even had to apologize to Candice. Because you recognize
this gonna be rough, but help me out, friend.
And this is one of those transactions where you're like, let's just get to closing and what we've done. But of course it didn't happen like that. It did not happen like that. So we were trying to do lease purchase. I actually just posted a video about that this week on my... You're right. Yeah. So needless to say, we were trying to go one way. All right, the seller, the buyers the tenant is gonna purchase through lease purchase. Cool, it's gonna be a win-win, and that's
So
cool.
at this point, for background, for context, Nat is representing the seller, the owner of the property.
Mhm.
And because she doesn't want to put them in a dual agency situation. Right. She has asked me if I will take care of representing the buyer's best interest, so that she can represent the seller, I'm representing the buyer, and then we're gonna go at it with negotiations like we would normally, even if we didn't know each other.
Right.
So
you looked at her trying to buy, that wasn't working out for whatever reason, which, side note, send that in the video, like, you out here renting for all these years, and you don't get yourself in order, because this tenant had talked to me early on.
for years.
Yes, oh, I'm gonna buy this house, but then when the time comes for you to finally buy the house,
You haven't done what you needed to do with your financial situation for you to be able to qualify to buy said house.
right. So Candice is guiding, helping her. They're gonna go to lease purchase route. We think everything's good. We about to get the closing. Was it a week or 2 weeks before closing?
Don't know.
It was close. I know we were both like, yes, the closing is about to be over. And the HOA comes blocking. They will not fill out the paperwork that we need, and the deal cannot be done.
So when you do a lease purchase with a lot of the companies, but especially if you are interested in Home Partners, which I know is one of the most popular lease purchase companies.
Well, you're an expert.
You are. I am.
Yes,
Yeah, right?
You are
Listen,
an expert.
so with Home Partners, one of the first steps that they ask is there's this little questionnaire. It's not a lot of questions. It's really not hard to fill out. But the point is that somebody who is on the HOA board is supposed to fill this out. And HOAs are different from community to community. You have some HOAs that are so organized, they're so on top of it, that if you send them an email tonight, they're going to send you a confirmation email so we got your email.
Right.
And by the next business day, they got you with a response. And there are other HOAs who you may not hear from for 3 months because one person doing the whole HOA and they just don't know. So every single HOA situation is different, unfortunately. That's not something that your agent can predict in advance. But what we can do is we can reach out to them as many times as possible and ask them to do their part in making sure that you close on time. And in this particular situation, in every Home Partners lease purchase situation, there is what they call an HOA questionnaire. It's really not that long.
No.
A simple questionnaire that says, are we allowed to do X, Y, and Z?
Easy.
And somebody from the HOA board is supposed to fill that out. Nobody cares who fills it out.
Somebody.
Anybody.
Please fill it out.
Somebody check the box and sign, Lord. But it doesn't always work out that way. And in our case,
do you remember what happened in our case? In our case, another learning lesson.
the HOA was like,
We don't allow rentals.
rentals.
I'm like, you a lie. Because
Interesting.
I lived over there for several years.
Several.
From 2007 to 2016. I actually rented my house in 2015 before we moved.
And-
Y'all allow rentals.
And friend had receipts, okay?
Oh, I went tax record.
All the receipts.
Whoop. You have all of these corporate owners. So I'm like, listen, I could have been a lawyer.
You
Like,
could've.
I could have been a lawyer.
You
Like,
could've.
I was stating my claim. Like, we got
Literally,
this.
and like if she wanted to, she could have been like, yeah, so 34% of the houses in the front of this.
Yes, I told her y'all have 20 corporate owners. Y'all just rented this year. Like, I knew we had our stuff
Stop
solid.
playing with me.
Like,
That's
we
what
knew.
she said.
But you know what? It don't matter.
It
It
don't.
didn't matter because
It
the
did not.
HOA is going to do what the HOA
It's
wants
going
to
to
do.
do.
I wish the seller had it in her to like really pursue them, but she didn't. She was older. It is. All right, so let's round back about. I just made that up just now. Round back about. That is not a thing. But we're going to go round back about. We're going to talk about how these. Okay, this deal. So lease. And what happened was, now the deal is not going to work. The seller is not happy. The deal is not going to work.
Yes.
The tenant's not happy. It's not going to work. But it's no fault
Of
of
either
either
party.
of them.
Yes.
It is the blocking HOA, right?
Mhm.
How did it go? How did it go back? They always had, the tenant and the owner, the landlord always had this kind of, because they have strong personalities, I don't know if they just didn't know how to talk to each other. Like, one thought they were talking to each other.
It was two little old ladies and well.
I'm gonna say it better. They had strong personalities. they both had strong personalities, and it had to be some give or take, and like each side thought they were the right side, and then they were the victim, and it came down to
wait. So for context, just so you guys know, so Nat had this relationship with this homeowner. She came in and said, "Hey, I want to sell her.
the tenant,
I want to sell my house."
the seller. Okay.
Yeah, I got the hiccups.
All right.
Okay, so the homeowner comes to Nat. She's like, "Hey, I'm ready to sell my house." I said, "Hey, Candice."
Listen, I just have to say,
Agent who I trust.
Happy Turkey Day. I know this is the first episode, but this is the third episode that Candice has shot, and if she has not said that for a reason,
I did. I told them that in the blooper reel. Look at the blooper reel. Y'all know this is episode 3. Don't play.
I'm trying to keep it together. And shout out to Olive.
It's episode 1, but it's episode
Shout out
3.
to I'm just gonna shout out to Olive. Y'all might not know who Olive is. Olive
Olive
is the GOAT.
is
like,
the-
she is holding it down.
yes.
Like she is holding it down.
The assistant of all assistants.
But bless
on top of
Candice heart.
assistants.
Candice. Okay, I had to do it.
So what happens is when you're in this industry and you're great at being great, what happens is every once in a while another really great agent, they notice you and they be like, "Ooh, when I'm too busy being great, handle some of my greatness." So that's the relationship that's how our relationship started, right? Literally, like, and new agents, when I tell you guys, and I have said this before, and literally people have left my team for saying this, but I'm saying it again because I don't care.
Say it for the people.
Stop not going to open houses. You hear me? Go to the open house. Host the open house. It doesn't matter if 2 people show up. It does not matter. Okay? The point is for you to go there. Be great. Be great to listing agent. Let them know that in the event of anything, you got their back. They can depend on you to be their backup. If I had never gone to Nat's open house, oh my God! So, go do the freaking open house. You hear me? That's that moment.
Back to our regularly scheduled content. I was like, where are you going with this? But got it. You tied the open house back. Okay. All right. So because these ladies had these strong personalities, it came down to the tenant basically saying she wants the seller. Because now the deal is not going to work. Candice now has to find this tenant a separate place, and I have to figure out what are we doing with the seller's house. Are we listing it regular?
How are we going to get the tenant out so we can sell it?
That whole situation.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So yeah, I ended up selling the property off market, but in the process, because they have very strong personalities that have been doing this, the tenant's like, I want the seller to reimburse me for landscaping that I did.
So the tenant who is now my client, because Nat referred her to me, the tenant is like, so I had new landscaping redone recently.
Landscaping.
I got new mulch put down. Is she gonna pay me for my mulch?
Yeah, and I think we looked into this.
We did.
Well, that is part of your regular maintenance. That was part of the lease. Like you keeping the lawn, you do it. That's part of your lease. But nevertheless,
Here nor there.
it came down. We did a really good job of really keeping them separate in that part. But it came a day that the seller came in town and had to do a walk through the property. And she's annoyed by the condition of the house. And I was like, very strong in their personalities. So before she walking out the door, I think you had something to do that day, or you told me you had something to do so you ain't have to be there.
Right.
She turned around and said, you know, I told you how to clean such and such, and I told you how to clean such and such. And I'm like, oh gosh, we were so close to being out the door. So now the tenant who was sitting down at her desk working says, well, you know what? You gonna pay me for this mulch?
So basically, the tenant who at this point is now my client, the tenant feels like she's being picked on. The tenant feels like, oh, so she gonna stress me out about dust on the air vent? Well, is she gonna pay me for the landscaping work that I've done in the last month? And the seller is like, I mean, that's nice that you did that, but I didn't ask you to do that. And my client, who is now the tenant, is like, oh, if she gonna reimburse me for the landscaping, I'm gonna take the mulch. with me.
The lady said she was gonna take up the mulch. She was gonna take up all 835 pieces of the mulch from in front of the house. Like, talk about cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like, it's gonna cause you more stress to have to pick up every single piece of mulch. But this is what Candice and I are dealing with.
Right.
In
Right. And you know, it's so funny because I mean, we get it. Buying or selling a house can be one of the most stressful times of your life.
Yeah.
There's so many different aspects and things that go into it.
And that's what I'm still working on all these years, 11 years in the business, going on 12. I'm still working on managing the emotional roller coaster in real estate. And I talk about that in my book.
Mm-hmm.
You have a financial roller coaster. You can have a financial roller coaster in real estate, but it's the emotional roller coaster. How do you not get pulled in emotionally? Because you still have your individual families, your lives. You have X, Y, Z going on personally, but you are taking on these clients and everything that they're going through as well. So,
and that's so the truth. Like, if you guys pay attention, look at the last video that I posted for you guys. It's all about the psychology of real estate, right?
Ooh,
So
I haven't seen that one. I need to watch that. Okay.
It's new, but it's the truth, right? It's all about how, like, we as agents, a lot of what we do is manage the psychology of what's going on. We help manage the mental state of each party in the transaction, and whether that is dealing with how we list your home or how we negotiate on repairs for your home or how we get you to the closing table. A lot of it has to do with the psychology of it all, right? Everybody wants somebody who's going to tell them it's going to be all right. We're going to get there. It's going to be okay. And a lot of times that's what we do. That's what we are for you. And we can't just say that just out of the blue. Mm-hmm. Like, we got to say that because we've done the work to know that it's really going to be okay. Right?
If you trust me and listen to me and guide you.
Right. Let me do what I'm licensed to do. And we will get you there. So
that's good, friend.
It can be a lot.
The psychology of. See, they ain't prepare me for that.
Nobody told you.
Nobody told me what I was
98% of your job therapy.
No, nobody told me. Nobody told me how to deal with the public. Like, nobody told me these different personalities. Nobody told me.
So anyway, this has been great.
This has been.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, this was good.
I'll put you
I'm
on
surprised.
You ready?
Oh, wait, I don't think that camera's recording.
It don't matter. You come back for season.
Oh, it is recording. Okay, good.
It is. You
All
come
right.
back for season 2.
You wanna have me back?
We
for season
are.
two?
Absolutely.
You guys, you're already.
Listen.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ow. This season
This
1.
is for DC.
Right.
No.
Goku and Vegeta. Pow. Yes.
Oh, they don't know
Yes.
because this episode is first.
Right.
So they don't know. But
They gonna find out though.
yeah,
Watch.
Stay tuned for DC.
Yeah. Wait till you see DC. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna beat this weight.
Friend, I was really concerned. When you made it. Because she was like, here. And I was going everywhere. Well, threw that in there. But it was
turned out
drinkable.
okay,
It was
right?
drinkable.
It was
Nights,
drinkable.
Nats, night. I keep wanting to say Night's Nightcap. Nats,
Nightcap. You gotta Google
Yes.
that. So
Yes.
NAT apostrophe S. Nightcap.
But I have to responsibly say, as agents, do not get dependent on alcohol. Do not get dependent on external sources
Okay, now we're talking to agents.
navigate and deal with this business.
And deal with the stress.
It can be
yes.
very unhealthy. You will find yourself drinking a lot,
All the
or
time.
eating ice cream a lot, or
All the
chips
time.
a lot. So
All the
try
time.
to find other ways that are more conducive or beneficial. I'm not saying don't treat yourself, because trust me, I have had several margaritas.
One of the best ways
Yeah.
is, whether you're on a team or not, find other agents to be friends with and to talk to. Because nobody understands you and what you go through like the next agent.
No.
Nobody gets it like another agent gets it.
No.
You know what I mean? And especially if you find another agent who has the same kind of level of experience as you do, who has been through some of the things you've been through, when I tell you that friendship and that collaboration can lead to so many greater things for you. And even if it doesn't lead to bigger and better, you have somebody to vent to that's not going to judge you.
Right, because
Right.
they get it.
They get it. So that is everything. Nat, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you, Candice. Thank you for having me on your
so much.
premiere episode, right?
Yeah, you're my
And kudos to you.
season premiere, series
Yes.
premiere.
Kudos to you. You and your team, you were so professional with getting this done and executing. Y'all can't see behind the scenes and how this is going about, but you did the darn thing, friend.
Listen, I appreciate her. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here with you guys, right?
That's our accountability meetings, right?
That's what we do.
Because you
right?
have to have accountability
You
partners.
gotta have somebody
and,
who
yes.
is great to make you greater. So, give me a hug. I love you. I love you too.